May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Monday, January 9th, the second Monday of 2023. Hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you enjoyed non-farm payrolls on Friday. Nice dollar weakness. We'll take a look at that in a moment. First of all, what is QuantBox? QuantBox is your global macroeconomic Quant-in-a-Box. It's an amazing tool that'll give you an edge in your trading with regards to fundamental bias. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're like, fundamentally, what am I, a bull or a bear? And usually you'd spend your weekends compiling data, getting COT data, seasonality, economic data, trying to figure out what central banks are doing, putting all the stuff together, and then saying, right, I'm a bull or a bear on such and such. The nice thing about QuantBox is it does all that for you at the click of a button. It's got some beautiful features, and the most amazing thing is a weekly trial is just $7.90. Let's jump in. So what we've been doing at QuantBox is we've been looking at the market heat map. You can see here it is. If I just refresh this, it updates regularly. Look at where everything is right now. Let's see if I refresh this, if anything changes. Okay, here we go. So the general strategy is we're looking at market heat map, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll take a look at the currencies, the biggest winners. These are the most bullish, the most bearish. We'll then take a look at the fundamental bias of those individual asset classes, and we'll have a look and see, have we got a currency pair that's moving up that we're bearish on, i.e. it's coming up to resistance, or is there a currency pair that's moving down that we're bullish on, i.e. it's moving down to support? Alternatively, do we have a currency that's moving up? We can continue trading in a bullish direction, or a currency pair that's moving down that we can continue trading in a bearish direction. Simple as that. Okay, there's lots of other things you can do as well. You could look at your individual currencies and have a bias on those and then specifically trade those. But this is a nice opportunity for low-hanging fruit. Okay, so we'll start with our bullish. We can see here we've got some indices that are bullish, so risk on, which is great. So our yen pairs should be up here with us. Okay, we got our Aussie dollar USD, Kiwi dollar, Aussie Swissy, Aussie yen, Aussie CAD, lots of Aussie. Okay, Kiwi yen, Kiwi Swissy, pound dollar. All right, let's start with our Aussie dollar USD. So currently bullish in the market heat map, with 0.97% gain in the last session. If we jump into I've got two QuantBox Pros open. If we go into our Aussie dollar USD over here, we can then see what our bias is fundamentally. We're currently neutral, okay? Look at this beautiful spread. It gives you everything. It breaks down all of the fundamental data, seasonality, COT data, and it puts into a beautiful little chart over here and scores it. And that total score gives you a bullish, bearish, or neutral. Right now, currently neutral, fundamentally. So taking a look at the charts, let's jump into our Aussie dollar USD. So starting with the daily time frame, we've got price coming up to a profit-taking zone. So you got the M2 to an M4 or MR2, okay, which is cool. Right now, currently moving higher. From a weekly perspective, now here's what you've got to pay attention to. For the week, notice how you opened out of position. Notice how for the week you haven't come off of any bullish pivot points, okay? There wasn't a case of price coming down to hit support to then go up to a profit-taking zone. Instead, what price has done is it's continued going straight up, right? So you can see price opening at the weekly M3 at the Asia session, no bearishness. You wouldn't have got a lower low, lower high on an M15 time frame. Take a look at that. So you can see you wouldn't have sold that. You would have waited for that bearish confirmation. But what you are aware of is the fact that price is currently moving up to a profit-taking zone. You're currently at the weekly R1. You could wait for the New York candle to close there, and you could be looking for lower lows and lower highs on the M15 time frame. But ultimately, you can see here, you've got confidence of weekly M4 and a monthly M4 over here. So your target really is that if you're currently in a buy from last week, you're aiming for that, okay? So in terms of right now, I look at Aussie USD, I say currently bullish. Can I continue trading this in a bullish direction? Well, I am currently out of position. You can see H1 time frame currently high. So you could wait for price to pull back down to 21 EMA or some kind of support and then continue trading this up. Bit of a scalpy scalp up to all the confluence of these resistance levels over here. Or you could be waiting for price to get to those levels and then look for a counter trend trade sometime during the course of this week. Right now, nothing to do unless you continue trading in the direction of the trend, the price comes down to support, or you wait for price to get to that resistance level. So for now, Aussie USD, I'm going to sit and wait. Let's take a look at the next currency pair, Kiwi dollar. Let's look at our bias on Kiwi dollar first. So Kiwi dollar over here, we've got a neutral bias on fundamentals. Okay, cool. So jumping into Kiwi dollar, look at the daily time frame first. Okay, you can see they're coming off an S1. So our target is R1. So a few pips just below that. From an H4 perspective, you've got your monthly M3 over here. Your R1's all the way above your profit-taking zone. So you're thinking to yourself, well, could that be this week? Could that be next week? Not too sure. You got this resistance over here. But again, pay attention to the fact that price has not come off any bullish pivot points this week. So your view for this week is the greater trade would be bearish because you're currently coming up to resistance levels. Again, you could wait for New York to close at the R1, or you could wait for price to get up to confluence, monthly M3, weekly M4, weekly R2, or at some point an R1, right? So that's your view there. Currently, price moving up. If you want to continue trading in the direction of the trend, looking for price to come back down to support and then take that higher, or wait for price to get up to higher resistance levels. Okay, so a bit of a trade plan there. Then taking a look at our Aussie Swissy. Aussie Swissy, look how beautiful this is. Just click on a button and suddenly you know exactly what's going on. Here's Aussie Swissy, and our bias is neutral. It's fine. So bias of Aussie Swissy, let's take a look. All right, cool. And where are we? Okay, so from a daily perspective, we haven't come off any bullish pivot points. So M3 was your first level, R1 is your next level, and then of course M4 and R2. You've also got resistance up here, but you're waiting for this daily candle to close. Okay, from H4 perspective, also haven't come off any of the bullish pivot points. So far for today, we've had no pullback down to support. So if you're looking to buy this in a continuous bullish direction, you're waiting for price to come down to support. So what you could then do from a QuantBox perspective is you could simply look at your market heat map and wait for Aussie Swissy to be down here in the bearish pairs, and then realize that you could be coming down to support, right? So that just saves you time just by looking at this beautiful heat map as opposed to having to go through all your charts individually. Currently, we find ourselves just below an R1. So if you were looking for a sell on this, you are currently in a profit-taking zone for the day. All you're looking for is that lower low, lower high, okay? So alternatively, you're looking at your next level, which is the M4, confluence R1, okay? And again, you're paying attention to the fact that price has not come off of bullish pivot points. When price gets to the higher resistance, you're then looking to confirm bearishness on a lower time frame. Further to that, we've got gold. I'll leave gold alone. Aussie yen. Let's take a look at Aussie yen. I remember last week where I told you to buy Aussie yen at the profit-taking zone. Look where you are right now. Beautiful, right? So hopefully you did that. Let's take a look over here. And you can go back and look at all the previous QuantBox videos and have a look at all the setups I've given you in the last couple of weeks. It really is a great place to get trade ideas. And the nice thing is it's all based on QuantBox, right? Cool. So here we are at the moment. I'm not seeing anything. We closed up here previous day. Okay, cool. Price coming up. We've come off an M2, so we could be going M4, okay, which is great. No problem with that. From an H4 perspective, we have not come off any bullish pivot points. Continue going up. So if you're looking to buy this and continue going in a bullish direction, you're waiting for a pullback down to support, 21 EMA or roll reversals. Alternatively, if you get up to profit-taking zones or these pivot point levels, you're looking for the lower low, lower high. You are currently at a daily profit-taking zone. You've got a monthly M3 over here, confluence just above the daily R2. And so if you're looking to trade that down, you are looking for lower lows and lower highs on an M15 time frame, while realizing right now you've got a 21 above the 55, currently bullish. So you're either waiting for this to come down so you can buy this later today or tonight or tomorrow morning, take this higher up, or you're looking for a counter trend trade right now. But make sure whatever you do, you confirm everything on the lower time frame. If you're looking to sell, you're looking at that lower low, lower high. 21 crosses the 55 below, you've got a bearish indication. Alternatively, if you're looking to buy, looking for price to come back down to support. Okay. So far, lots of indication we're going to have to wait. Aussie CAD. Take a look at Aussie CAD. All right. So currently, from a daily perspective, not much going on. Waiting for this candle to close to see where we close, top of the range over here. Okay, cool. From H4 perspective, have not come off bullish pivot points. Got an M3 over here. So right now, if you trade in the M3 at London, you're looking for that lower low, lower high M15 timeframe. It hasn't formed yet. Okay, so nothing to do yet with that, but you are current at a daily target and you are current at a weekly M3. Okay. Alternatively, if price continues going up, you got further resistance levels higher up. Okay. So right now, this trade could potentially set up something for us, but you certainly are looking for that lower low, lower high on an M15 time frame. Okay. Cool. Let's take a look at Kiwi Yen, last one of the bullish pairs. Kiwi Yen. Okay. Another currency pair we discussed last week. So coming off the profit taking zone. All right, so daily, let's get the right template on here. There we go. Okay, so last week off that profit taking zone could have taken us higher up. Okay, now last week when we saw this pair, we actually previously set up the sell on Kiwi Yen the previous week. And then last week, amongst the other yen pairs at a profit taking zone, could price be up at the central by Thursday? Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Beautiful, right? Hopefully you're taking those trades. So Kiwi Yen on a daily time frame, what am I seeing here? I'm not seeing much. We got this resistance over here. Okay, cool. We got a central pivot point. We come off an S1. Is R1 targets? Could be. From a H4 perspective, have not come off bullish pivot points. So we are going higher. So basically what I'm seeing here is that there could be a potential for some risk off later this week. Okay, based on the fact all the pairs have not come off bullish pivot points, all currently going up into resistance. And there's a common theme of risk on right now, but maybe that changes at some point this week. So pay attention to that. In terms of the bearish trades, so euro pound over here in terms of our bias, we've got a neutral bias. Now, I didn't look at the bias in the yen pairs. Just have a look at the Aussie yen. So Aussie yen coming through neutral, Kiwi yen coming through neutral, okay? And right now, we're looking at the euro pound coming through neutral as well, okay? So that's fine, no problem. Euro pound, okay, cool. So here we are, currently hovering around in range, okay? Currently at the bottom of that range. If you wanted to trade that, you are currently at a weekly M2. Okay, if you are looking to trade that, then what you're looking for on a lower time frame is you're looking for the higher high, higher low. So on M15, looking for that higher high, higher low, looking to take this up, and your target is all the way up here. Okay, cool. What's next? We've got dollar yen, I'll leave that alone. USDs, I'll leave that alone. Dollar Swiss, I'll leave that alone. Pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi, strong sell, currently bearish. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Pound Kiwi. So our daily time frame, you can see here, not in a great position for selling. Okay. And not in a great position for selling. I'll leave this one alone. Okay, cool. USD CAD. Currently bearish. Our view on USD CAD is neutral. Let's take a look. Okay. So you are coming down to an S1 at the moment. H4 perspective, you haven't come off any bearish pivot points. You've got price coming down. It's come down to this support here on the left-hand side. Okay. If you're looking to trade that up, you're looking for a higher high, higher low. You don't really have a pivot point right now that you're using. So just above an S1. And for a ranging chart, S1 is a level of support. You could wait for this daily candle to close and see if you close at the S1 and potentially take this back up to R1 if that's what happens. And of course, you verify everything lower time frames. Okay, cool. So far, not seeing any trade that stands out in terms of right now. except for the two trades we discussed just now. That was at the weekly M3, and of course, Euro Pound as well. We'll go back and look at those again one more time. So Euro Kiwi on the crosses. Sell, okay, Euro Kiwi currently bearish, and you're on a sell. Let's take a look. Euro Kiwi, where are we? Euro Kiwi, okay. Okay, so looking to continue the sell. What you could be doing here is you're waiting for the pullback to close at resistance and take this further down, looking very sideways, but you do have the bottom of the range that price broke out of. So you could be looking for a pullback to that. And then, of course, H1, you could be looking for a pullback to the 21 EMA, and then just verify that trade by going down into an M15 time frame. Okay. So looking to continue that sell, but right now, not yet. So maybe New York. Okay, last one, Pound Aussie. And let's look at Pound Aussie and Euro Aussie. So Pound Aussie coming through with a sell, and then Euro Aussie coming through with a sell. So both of these are bearish. So Pound Aussie first. Okay, this is way down. Can you continue the trade for the sell? I mean, you could. Not a massive fan of selling so out of position. Also, you are coming up to resistance over here, but I'm not a massive fan. You currently are in daily profit taking zone. If you want to do a counter trade on this, you could. Looking for that higher low in the M15 time frame. And then of course you've got Euro Aussie, also bearish. And currently coming down. Okay. Similar situation. Currently out of position for a sell and also coming off a profit taking zone. So you could do a counter trade off of this. Look for that higher high, higher low. All right. So there's a couple of potential opportunities here. So your Euro Pound, again, you are sitting at a bottom of the range weekly M2 level. Okay. Then you got those countering trades, but more specifically, I think what's most interesting at the moment, besides trading something like that, is just these dollar pairs. So you got the Aussie coming up to a profit taking zone. Let's look and see here, right? Profit taking zone over there, R1, potentially coming for weekly R1, Confluence monthly R1. So you're looking for that to come down so you can buy it and take it further up, or you're looking for that lower low, lower high. Okay. And maybe you're doing that with all the dollar pairs. Let's look at Euro dollar, currently a weekly M3. Okay. Pound dollar, currently not in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you just literally just keep looking at dollar pairs every market open and have a look and see, are you at resistance? Is price bearish? Are you at resistance? Is price bearish? Would be nice to get to a profit taking zone. But in the meantime, if you identify resistance, then you could be playing that out. Okay. Let's take a look at Kiwi dollar. We looked at this one just now. Got the R1 over there. But S1, R1. So it could be higher up, like we said just now. Breaking above that, heading up higher, Confluence. So what I would be doing is I'll be looking at these dollar pairs. And of course, you can look at your yen as well and your Swissy as well. And paying attention to the possibility of price turning around, based on the fact that you've come down, you haven't come off any bearish pivot points, so you've got a number of trades that could suddenly turn around and head in the opposite direction. So there could be some decent setups there. Okay, take a look at London, take a look at New York Stock Exchange, Asia later. Keep an eye on these dollar pairs. Might be worth something. All right, cool. That's my view on the market today. So good luck, stay patient, stay disciplined, stay liquid, and I'll see you fine human beings tomorrow.